Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Kirby Superstar Ultra. Last time we started up Meta Knightmare Ultra and we made it through 2 levels so far, which was Spring Breeze and Dynablade. So in this episode we're going to continue on here with level 3, which is the Great Cave Offensive. So now it's time for Meta Knight to go into a cave, wander around, wondering why he got there in the first place, and then leave. Yeah, it's basically how the story goes for Meta Knight in this mode. He just keeps on going through random locations until he gets to his final destination, space. But out of all the destinations, this one is probably the most what the heck. I mean, you're kind of just following Kirby's trail, that's really what's going on here. But this is the location that Meta Knight could have just skipped and nothing would have been lost. He doesn't do anything here. In fact, he just leaves as fast as he comes in. Because since we're not having to worry about treasure, we can just kind of skip through as much of this area as we can. In fact, there's one whole section of the Great Cave Offensive that we're just going to completely bypass because we don't have to worry about treasure. So because we don't have to worry about treasure, well, who needs to do the castle? We'll just say hi to it and just immediately leave. It's just worthless. It also makes me happy because moments like this, I can just say, you know what, helper? You do you. I don't care if you break that little platform this time because I don't need to worry about getting a treasure chest there now. So you can go ahead and break it and it won't matter to me. If this was normal Great Cave Offensive, man, it would suck. But here, got Bonkers. Hi, Bonkers. Bye, Bonkers. Still one of the funniest Bonkers encounters in the entire game. Just appears and just drop him off the ledge. It's the best. Please climb. Thank you. So that T-Catch is kind of flying out of nowhere. I guess he had enough of my life. Just one's out. So because of Permanent Sword, we can go ahead and cut these things, which is nice, sure, but at the same time, be very careful, because I don't like to swing my sword prematurely. This section here, yeah, it's a little annoying because of that, because I swear, sometimes I'm accidentally swinging my sword, and oh, look at that, I just kind of fell into a bottomless pit because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, not fun, so be very careful. But we're already done with this first section of Great Cave Offensive. Yeah, that was fast. Remember how that took us like half an episode to get through when we actually went through this section? Yeah, good times. This time it only took us like 2 minutes. And now for Fatty Whale here, we'll just go ahead and annihilate him with our tornado spin. And then just a couple more whacks in the head with the sword. So just gonna wait for him to come around and just bounce off him a bit here with the sword. Get hurt because of course. And our helper finishes him off. Great. So now it's time for our first minecart section. And you know how much minecarts are fun to ride? Yeah, that's a nice treat. Let's just ignore it, shall we? We have Meta Quick, which is much faster than that minecart. In fact, the fastest thing to do is just use Meta Quick and then spam your dash move. It's so fast, it's ridiculous. So just do that constantly. It's better than the minecart, I swear. So there, we can go into the save room kind of thing, which, you know, we're going to go through here anyways. We can go down there and get more health because reasons, but as you can see here, we only have one option. When we got here originally, there was 4 doors, one for being a save point, and the other 3 taking us to 3 different paths. Well, Meta Knightmare Mode just decides, you know what, screw the other doors, you just need to go straight ahead, and gets rid of all the other pathways that are unnecessary. So, this is very, very linear, in a more non-linear map, which is interesting to see. The Great Cave Offensive is probably the most non-linear mode in the entire game, but Meta Knightmare Ultra just streamlines it. So if you weren't a fan of Great Cave Offensive originally, you'll probably like it here more, to be honest, because this really does help a lot. Also, get used to fighting this boss because we're going to be fighting him twice. We'll be fighting him here, and then we're going to be fighting once we get to the Milky Way Wishes portion of Meta Knightmare Ultra. And this slime, man, you're not doing a good job. The slimes in Dragon Quest are more effective than you. That wild slime definitely disappeared. Alright, so the puppet did a thing. Fun. So I could just use my Mock Tornado, but I'm saving it until the final form. Because I don't want to deal with it. I really don't want to deal with the knight. Or, was it the wizard? No, it was the wizard. See, I never remembered this fight as much. Because you see so much of the other version of the RPG boss. So I'm always used to seeing the wizard first. Seeing the wizard last always tricks me up. Alright, so what are you gonna do, buddy? Ice? Oh, whoopee, I'm cold. I need to put on my jacket now. Let's just go ahead and make him cold next with our Mock Tornado. I don't think this will kill the magician, but it should be close. Oh no, it kills him. Okay, well, that's good. See, that's why you saved the tornado for the final form. Because that's a one-hit KO. Yeah, I could have used it for one of the first ones and then used it again, but nah. Nah, not worth using against the slime of all things. The slime's a joke. So, yeah, we're gonna get all our useless points, you know, courage, leadership, and all that, but just wanna go. I'm on a timer here. So, let's just go ahead and, well, have our helper just have a nice minecart ride, because he feels like it. But have us just rush through, because we have meta quick. Now, remember how long and tedious that this castle portion is? Yeah, I don't, because we don't get to do it. They completely lock you out of the castle here, which honestly is probably for the better, because that's one of the worst sections in Great Cave Offensive. And you completely bypass it in Meta Knightmare Ultra, because if you're going for the treasures, you need to go through that area. But if you don't care about 100% in Great Cave Offensive, you just completely bypass that third area. And Meta Knightmare Ultra realizes this because they just don't even bother. So, yeah, that's fast. Like, real fast. We're already done fast. We're almost done with Great Cave Offensive, too. This is the final segment before we go fight Wham Bam. So, yeah, that was short. I mean, 5 minutes worth. I mean, that's something. These springs still probably the most annoying part about this section because I always worry about hitting a spring. Grab some food here, which really is just from a helper. I don't need it at all. We haven't lost a single helper yet. I'm proud of that. Alright, so, yeah. You're upset? So am I. Here you go. Have a tornado. This will calm you down a bit. Yeah, that's a big difference. And we only had to do a couple different stabs on hand. Okay, this is not going the way I wanted. There you go. As long as he doesn't sprinkle me with rocks, then I know it's a good fight. And that was a good fight. So it's time for a final minecart. Bye, minecart. You are nice to look at. Thanks for the donut. I don't care. In fact, we're done. Now we just have to ride elevators until we're at the end. Hi, night. Man, look at that after image. Such a lazy after image. Alright, so we're done here. Hit this switch, fly our way up, and as our helper struggles to jump, let's grab our warp star and get out of here. That was Great Cave Offensive, beaten in about 8 minutes. Yeah, that mode's about an hour in Kirby Superstar. What a difference. And Meta Knight just comes out the same hole you enter, so he's probably just shaking his head, realizing, man, that was a colossal waste of my time. There was nothing in there. Just a giant rock with hands. Now it's time for Revenge of Meta Knight. So, I guess in this scenario, Revenge of me? Because we're playing as Meta Knight. In fact, why are we flying back to our own ship? And what's worse is, we're going to be knocked off our own ship. Mutiny. Mutiny, I say. Our own helpers want us dead. Great. Let's just go ahead and make our way over to the ship, shall we? It's time to board the halberd, just to be on it for 5 minutes, get knocked off, and then reboard the halberd, and maybe find something on the ship. Maybe. That's at least what Meta Knight's hoping for. Let's just make our way to the ship. I'm running out of things to say with this little segue into the mode. There's only so much you can do to joke around before the mode actually begins. Which includes hurting yourself. Alright, so let's hit the switch, enter the door, and get out of here, shall we? Because immediately beginning, if you remember this mode, the first thing you do when you're into this mode is you have to fight a boss fight. And it's actually a scripted fight in Revenge of Meta Knight. You don't need to kill this thing. Here, on the other hand, you need to kill this thing. The game will not advance until this machine is dead. So, kill it. It was a fun little thing to actually kill this thing if possible in Revenge of Meta Knight itself, but now since it's required, that charm kind of loses itself a bit, because now it's a requirement. So just keep on stabbing it a bit, and it's dead, before our helper died too. Wow, it's close. And now we got knocked off our ship. See? I told you, it's Mutiny. This is my ship. It has my face on it. It's mine. So we lost a helper. That sucks. I had a feeling we'd lose him eventually, and it only took until we got to the 4th mode out of the 5 we go through. So I'm happy with that at least. But let's go ahead and call him back. Please call. Thank you. It's a little hard to tap this touchscreen. I'm using an original model DS to record this. You know, the original fat one that came out in 2004. So, you know, not the biggest touchscreen in the world. It's not like the systems I'm used to playing on nowadays, like the new 3DS, which is a pretty big touchscreen. I mean, if it's like that, that'd be great. Unfortunately, no. I got this tiny little, like, 3-inch screen to work with. It's small. Actually, how small is this exactly? I don't remember exactly how big the original DS screen was. I mean, I'll flash on screen now the actual dimensions, so there you go. The viewers at home will know. Past me will still be scratching his head. But the point is, this is not a big screen compared to, like, a DSi XL or a new 3DS XL or normal 3DS XL or a new 2DS XL. Man, the DS line's confusing. So confusing when you say it too fast. It sounds like you're saying DDD. You know, the main antagonist for a lot of Kirby games. Man, that's the next 3DS system we need. We need ourselves new 3DDD-S. Just put a bunch of D's in there. That'll make me happy. And it's like the special edition of the 3DS just having a picture of King Dedede. I would buy that. That'd be cool. Fat Nintendo, do it. You're supporting the 3DS for a while, just make another one. Make one that has Dedede's face on it. That'd be fun. Everyone likes Dedede. Who doesn't like Dedede? Let's just grab our bananas, please. Here, have a banana. Time to fight some trees. So the first tree, normal Wispy. We're just gonna fight like how we did back in Spring Breeze. I'm not gonna bother to use my Mark Tornado because we'll be fighting a second set of these things down below, if you remember how this mode goes. So we'll just constantly thrust our sword up, and finally it's dead. And now it's time for Wispy Part 2, Electric Trees. Let's just go ahead and use this. That was a terrible segue. Can't say Electric Boogaloo because these guys don't like music. The trees, they can't hear anything. They don't even have ear holes. Alright, let's just get out of here. So we're gonna get back to our ship later, because we're probably shot down, because that's how Kirby got here. He was shot down. Mutiny! This is all mutiny. When you get to that ship, oh, I swear, I'm gonna kill me some that there enemies. Which is true, I am gonna actually kill my own staff, so that's gonna be fun. Meta Knight just does not care. He's that upset, he's gonna kill his own crew. I mean, that's the ultimate way to give him some payback, but probably not the smartest idea. Who's gonna drive the ship? I mean, I don't think you want to. Get our green beans. Kill the mic. And Mach Tornado. Not gonna bother fighting the bonkers. Just go ahead and use this. Now I'm surprised though, earlier when we used our night call, we got the exact same night back. There are two versions of the night you can get, and this is the normal one you see in the game, which is the one that Kirby can use as a helper. But the other one that we can go ahead and see is a purple variety actually, and it's there on the icon on the screen too. I'm surprised we didn't get that one, because normally for me, it cycles the helpers, so if one dies, I get the other one. So I'm surprised I got the exact same one again. That's weird. So here I'm going to take a shortcut. If you had wheel, you could just ride through this entire segment, but because we don't, we can take the other pathway that's here and just fly straight up, which skips most of this area in particular, which is nice because, you know, we don't have wheel. Yeah, sure, we have Mach speed here, but Meta Quick isn't going to be the best way of getting through that segment. So flying is my friend. Just go ahead and cut the rope and leave our night here. You can get back on your own, right? I'm gonna take a ride with Dynablade, even though I cut her face open earlier. Let's just go ahead and use Meta Quick once again and make our way out of here. Oh, don't get hit by the falling rocks. Literally, they're falling stones. Ooh, that was some nice flying over the Gordos. That's some skills right there. So, please, I hate how I can't kill those things in one shot, so if I'm doing a thrust on them, it hurts. It hurts so bad. Alright, time for a little enemy rush here. So we didn't fight these guys earlier in Dynablade's story, but we get to find them here now in Meta Knights. And they're a pretty big joke because our sword is super strong, and we have a helper, so that helps a lot. But you're going to be swinging around your mace. I'm going to stab you in the face with my sword. So, please get out of here. Thank you. Yeah, that was it. Not too bad, although it would be easier still if I was Kirby, because I could just inhale them, but we're not Kirby. We're Meta Knight. So, we got a sword instead. Oh, come on. Because he blew up his friend, I didn't get the points for that. I'm 1 point away from 50. Just give me it. It would be nice just to have it. Yeah, I'm going to get that extra point from that dude. And now we have these two bosses. Not going to bother. Even though my Blade Knight is, I'm just going to go ahead and screen nuke this. We'll kill these two. Thank you. Stab 1, stab 2. Perfect. Now we could get our secret stash of Meta Tomatoes and such down here, so why not? Right here. I need some health. So let's see, what do we get? Wow, this is pointless. A flower and a piece of cake. That's not much health. I mean, it's enough to fill me up, but not enough for my Blade Knight. And there goes some of my health. Oh! I've never had that happen before. Wow, that sucks. So the worst part about dying is that you lose every single one of your points in that meter. So now, I'm down a whole whopping 2. I just have enough to make a helper, but holy crap, did that suck. I lost everything, because I could have used my meta... I can't concentrate now. I'm just trying to survive. I could have used Mach Tornado against this guy, but I lost it because I died. And that sucks. Man, that one Gordo. Seriously, he just caused so many problems. I just wanted cake. I just want some cake. And he does that to me. What a way to die. So, let's just not have that happen again, shall we? That's really stupid. I can't get over that. I swear. Gordo, please. Oh, I have PTSD. Don't want to die again. So I could use Mega Quick in this room, but because I'm trying to get more of my points back, nah. This win is already going to make us move fast enough, and we're going to have a lot of these segments we have to stop anyways, so might as well just save it. So we could use our healing move here soon for Blade Knight, but honestly, it would just be better if he died, and then I just make a new helper anyways, simply just because it costs less points. But for now, here, have some grapes. Grapes are nice. I'm going to use this because I really wanted to use my Mach Tornado earlier. He wants a big old hug. Hug this tornado, please. How was that tornado hug? Is it nice and ferocious? Alright, so now to another portion of the ship. Meta Knight, you're just destroying your own ship now. You don't care at all about your property, do you? Or your light, because you just ran straight into that electricity. I love how I pressed the A button to jump, and Meta Knight did not react in time. Fun. Stab you, move, because that door does not stay open long enough. And you know what, why not? We don't have much health. There's probably going to be some health up here, because there's not going to be powers. So let's just see what we get. Ooh, that's a lot of health. Yeah, that saves me points. I'm glad I went up here now. There you go, full health. Perfect. And now it's time for our boss fight. So Heavy Lobster is back once more, and rebuilt this time. Ready to kill us. Seriously, Mutiny, I am your guys' captain. Stop trying to murder me. This is seriously the worst crew. Meta Knight has gotta hire better workers next time. So we just have to wait for Heavy Lobster like we did in the actual fight against this guy in Revenge of Meta Knight. And we have to wait for the screen to scroll so we can actually fly up here. Because right now we're just kind of flailing around. When you call this much of flying. And Heavy Lobster's gonna destroy the boxes. And yeah, no. We're just gonna go ahead and do this before we get hit. Also, let's hope, because I'm gonna hold down the R button. So let's hope we can guard as soon as we land. Oh, we did. Get out of here. That only really did about half the health. Like a little more than half health. That's not much. So, a couple more stabs, and it's dead. We're almost to the end of this, surprisingly. I mean, this mode goes really quick when you don't have to worry about dialogue. Because the dialogue does slow you down a lot. Even if you're mashing through it, it still can kind of be a pace breaker a bit. So, without having a story, man, this move's quick. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like the story in this mode. It's a lot of fun character interaction. But when you want to just get a move on, yeah, this is a big difference. So I could use Meta Quick. I'm not going to bother. Go hit the switches. Get a move on. Please hurry up. Thank you, Meta Knight. And we made it. Our helper barely did, though. I thought for a second that door was going to close on him. But it did not. So, we lucked out. So we hit that switch. Ride this platform back up. Kill the cannons. Ride this down. And look at how Meta Knight just loses all arms when he just crouches like that. He looks hilarious when he crouches. I really like it. So just get rid of you. And why not? Let's go ahead and see what's in here. Oh, we got a 1-up. I mean, after the death we had earlier, why not? Fill us up a bit. Alright, now it's time for actually the final boss of this mode. Surprisingly, because, you know, we don't get to fight Meta Knight, this is the last thing you get to fight. And also, I'm going to get rid of my partner now. So Meta Knight can also get rid of his helpers in the same way that you can. Oh, I forgot. If you press X again, you get another one back. Oops. Yeah, so if you press the X button, you'll just erase your partner. But if you press it again, you'll make one too. So you have a quick option. It's the only ability that Meta Knight has a quick option for. So remember that, because I didn't. I remembered you can erase. I forgot that you can do the quick option. I've been tapping the screen every time I need Nightcall. But really, Nightcall is something you just use once and then just never use again for like maybe 30 minutes. Because really, your helper lasts so long in this mode. It's ridiculous. And how many times you can go ahead and heal, it just makes things even easier. And so one more hit and then this guy will be dead. And the cannon's already dead, which gives us points. And so does the boss itself. So let's make a helper and get more. Because that filled me up. And that's perfect. So because we don't fight Meta Knight, the ship already explodes a bit. So I guess that's on the budget. Meta Knight needs to buy himself a new halberd. And that's the end of that mode. So we only have one more mode to go through here in Meta Knightmare Ultra. And that is Milky Way Wishes. So one more level. And with that, we're depressed. That was a nice ship. Let's just not look back. And just take a breather for a moment, because now we get to go on to our save room. And as you can see, level 4 was the longest one yet, being around 10 minutes. That took a bit. So let's go ahead and save here. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Next time on Let's Play Kirby Superstar Ultra, we'll tackle the final level here in Meta Knightmare Ultra. I'll see you guys next time.